Joining me now is the Shadow Attorney General, Emily Thornberry, a friend of Harriet Harman's, and we'll come on to the row with the Daily Mail in a moment. But do you think, in retrospect, Harriet Harman would have been much better advised in that interview on Newsnight last night to just say, yes, it was a mistake?
Well, look, she said that she regrets the organisation, that the organisation exists at all. She says that she regrets that it had anything to do with NCCL. I mean, she says that she regrets that. She's not going to apologise for links with paedophiles, which is what the Daily Mail seemed to want her to do. She's not going to do that because it is ridiculous. It is a joke, the idea that they could link Harriet in that way. All of us who know her know that she's been completely consistent throughout the years. She has a clear line on paedophilia, and she continues to do so, for heaven's sake.
But surely there is a difference. No one is asking her to apologise for being a supporter of paedophilia, but people are questioning why she won't apologise for what would seem to be an obvious mistake to allow an organisation which promotes the views of paedophilia to be linked to an organisation interested in civil liberties which she was working for.
Do you know what? I think that in Westminster, some people may be asking that, but most people may be asking why it is that the Daily Mail are making personal attacks on leading members of the Labour Party. The Daily Mail is a national newspaper and should know better. You know, they went for Ed, now they've gone for Harriet. We have a year to go to the next general election. We don't want to keep doing this. Really feel that the Daily Mail ought to go back to reporting news, which it can do very well. Listen, I don't always agree with the Daily Mail, but I do agree with, for example, their lines on law and order, and I work with them a lot on things like that. But they should not be going out and attacking people in this personal way. They need to calm down, because it does look like political attacks, politically motivated attacks. Now, I know that they say that they're a family newspaper, and we've heard a lot about, these pictures that Harriet's put out, it's only 12-year-olds cavorting on a beach. If you put into the Mail Online results for she's all grown up, she's all grown up on the Mail Online, you get 11,316 results. Now, as a family newspaper, I think they need to think about that and think about what it is that they're doing. I'm sure they're not doing it consciously, and they need to draw back. They need to draw back on that, and they need to draw back on personal attacks on leading members of the Labour Party and get on with reporting news.
OK, we'll come on to the way the Mail portray or don't portray young girls, but you are clear in your mind this is a continuation of the, if you like, attack on Ed Miliband and his father last year. It is part of a, deliberately orchestrated assault by the Daily Mail on the Labour Party?
I think that you just need to look at the way in which the Conservative Party, who takes the lead on this, are doing politics these days. I think that they do personal attacks, and that's what they're hiding behind. I think that they don't want us to talk about politics. They don't want us to talk about the cost of living. I mean, all the time I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about how hard it is for people to be able to pay the bills. So this is a distraction, and I think that the Daily Mail has taken their line from the Tory Party that have been doing this for some time. Look at Prime Minister's questions and how often the Prime Minister actually answers any questions, and how often instead he does personal attacks.
OK, do you then agree with Harriet Harman's assertion that the Daily Mail publishes these photographs of young girls? She obviously published the one with the girls in the bikini to, quote, titillate readers, implying that the Mail is itself pandering to paedophile sentiments?
I can understand why Harriet is absolutely furious. I think that my line is slightly different, which is, if they're doing this unconsciously, then they must stop. As I say, 11,316 results from She's All Grown Up shows a worrying tendency in the Daily Mail, and if they hadn't realised before now they can stop.
OK, Emily Thornberry, thanks very much for your time. Matthew, as I say, this row is escalating well beyond a spat about headlines or smears, as Miss Harman views them, and is now, as I say, on the cusp of a real showdown between the Labour Party and the Daily Mail.
Norman, thanks once again. Thank you.